just film it?
Celebrating 30 years of art is a humbling experience to me. Besides the fact that I enjoy painting and sharing my art, is the people I've met along the way that encouraged me to keep going, who have supported me, has made it so much more gratifying in allowing me to come this far. As I look back, I see um, from that very first day how excited I was to do something different with my life, and but I never thought it would have evolved into something that actually turned out to be my career, and so I want to make this celebration, this 30th anniversary celebration, a very special um, time, an event for not only myself but for the people who have supported me along the way. And I'm at the point in my life where I enjoy painting with my grandchildren now and watching them being exposed to what I do and kind of take it in and want to be part of it in their own way. It's so gratifying to me. Um, 30 years have gone by so fast, and it looked like it's been a flash, but there's so much in between that I have done that I have enjoyed doing that I can now reflect on and say, wow, I wasn't a trained artist. I wasn't someone who grew up around artists. This was not one of my ambitions. I kind of fell into it because I wanted to. I reached a point in my life where I wanted to change my life and control my own destiny, and that's why I got into art, and it was very therapeutic for me, and that really kept me in it. The part of it that I enjoy doing it, and also keeps me calm and centered, and have something besides what you have in your everyday life to do in terms of your work or anything, regular job, that I can enjoy doing, and I from a hobby into now of my, which has been my profession for the last 28 years, and so I have so much to be thankful for. But what is much gratifying to me is the fact that people I've met along the way have encouraged me to keep going, have supported me, have told me how much they appreciate what I'm doing. And that is something that you cannot buy. That's something that you get, and you have to cherish that, because it comes from an honest place, and you yourself being, this is what your life is based on now. It's something that you can always think about, reflect on, and enjoy, and say, hey, I'm here to share what I do with the world, and I'm glad the world is receptive to what I do. Many people have asked me how I got started in art, and when I tell them, they kind of think it's strange, or they laugh because it's such a simple story. I decided one day I wanted to be an artist, and I got some watercolors and went home that night and I started painting. And you know, I didn't know what I was going to paint, in fact, and I sat before that watercolor paper, the watercolors, for about an hour, just looking at it, trying to figure out what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do. I know I wanted to paint, And then I realized, being from Trinidad, growing up close to the sea, I always like the beach. I said, I want to do something like a seashell. And so I did what my interpretation was a seashell, a very colorful shell. And then I added something to the shell, a person, and that was sitting on the shell. And it was something that, just kind of keep going and going and going, and in my brain that I have to do this, I have to keep going with this, and but the main thing about it was that painting took me about 8 hours to do. I didn't sleep that night. I stayed up all night working on that little piece of art. But next day, I had to go to work, but I felt so refreshed because I felt like I accomplished something. All my stress went away, all my I just wanted to go through the day to get to the evening so I could go home and paint again. So, it's something that I know that, I always say anyone can really do what they want to do. Anyone can be, express what they feel in their heart. But I also remember that, there was a person, famous Amos was his name, and he said something that always resonate with me. He said that a lot of people want to do something, but they never start. And I'm glad I started because, once you start, that's the first step into taking you where you want to go in terms of your vision, and being able to accomplish something that you will be happy to do, or you satisfied that you can, do something very special for yourself. They would buy the people that I paint, and being now called the BYDEE man is, you know, especially with my family, it's something they have learned to accept, but they also think it's very funny, not in a weird way, but in a way that it's something that they can, you know, that they look at as something that represents happiness. And I remember when my father called me the BYDEE man for the first time, because here I'm his son Brian, and even my mother knows me as Brian, and all of a sudden I call myself the BYDEE man. And it took them both a long time to get there. And I remember the first time my father called me the BYDEE man, and he looked at me, he said, "Yeah, the BYDEE man," and he smiled because he knew that I was at a point where, I was an established artist, because he was first worried about me getting into art because, everybody thinking an artist is a starving artist. And he kind of warned me about that, don't leave your job, don't go and do this, you should think differently about it. But once he came to Austin to visit me and I had the gallery going and he saw the response of the people in the gallery, he really kind of opened up, and he told me one thing. He said, "You should have told me you were doing this." I said, "I tried to tell you, but he didn't believe me. All you wanted to do was send me money." I tell you, I didn't need it, and that I was doing okay. And I tried to tell you. And my mother now, well, she just she said something to me that was so important in me being able to continue. Once I got started, one day I got worried myself that here I am, Brian, the BYDEE man, all this poetry and paintings and all these things coming out of me, and I kind of got scared. All of a sudden I feel, well, am I, losing my mind or what's going on here? So I called my mother and I was telling her, and when I was telling her this, she was laughing. And when I was finished, I said, why are you laughing? I mean, I'm serious about this. And she said, well, he said that when you were a little boy, we had one problem with you. And I said, what? What are you talking about? She said, well, you used to give everything away, you know. And then she started to tell me things I gave to this one and that one and this one and that one. She said, well, and this is just another way just for you to keep giving. So I'm not surprised. So I said, wow. And that kind of put me back on the ground again and realized that, yeah, this is all about sharing something that I'm blessed with in a way that people could appreciate. And even, you know, my sisters and call me BYDEE man, and they'd always laugh when they say it because I think it's still kind of strange to them. But the fact is, they kind of learn to accept that um, this, my art and the writings I do are all a combination of the BYDEE art with the BYDEE people, and now um, you know they they're so proud of what I do, you know, and I'm very happy that that they have accepted me in a way that that encourages me to keep going on. You know, the support I get is so you know fabulous in fact, in the sense that I get it from all different sources, but the people who are very close to you, you appreciate when they express how um, proud they are of you. And my wife Louise is like that. She is very encouraging. She is very supportive, and she loves wearing my shirts. She loves my art. So I'm happy to know that she's in my life and she appreciates what I do as much as my sons do, and they don't talk about my art that much, but I know they appreciate it, and they appreciate when their friends um, tell them how proud they are to know them because their father is a BYDEE man, and the simple things like that, you learn to appreciate in your life. That the people around you are going to support you when you're an artist trying to do something like and express some kind of caring in the world, as I do with diversity and education and family and friendships. And it's something that they embrace as much as I do, and they respect me for it.